Hey everyone, welcome back to the layout once again. Today we have another layout update, and I have just a little bit of scenery progress to show. I have some things for sale, and I also have made a change to my DCC system. So we'll take a look at all of those things right now. Alright, so we'll start with the things I have for sale first. Before I jump into this, keep in mind that anything that I'm going to mention here is for sale on eBay, and those links are in the description of this video down below. So check those out if you're interested. First thing I have here is a BNSF ET44C4. This is of course a Scale Trains model, and it is Loc Sound equipped. I think this was from the second run from Scale Trains, so I've had it for about a year and a half now. Runs great, details are awesome, and you will see that I've also just added, as in like yesterday, a weathering job. And this is more or less how the prototype looks. The part that I was trying to replicate the most is the burn mark, or that heat scarring, on the engine cab of the locomotive. So I added that, and I think the rest of it turned out pretty swell. So if you're interested, again, check out the link below. This is an auction. It's on eBay, and the link went live the moment I posted this video. So if you're getting here early, you've got about a week to bid on it. The other big ticket item that I am selling is my ESU cab control DCC system. This comes with a 7 amp power supply, the ICU, which is the command station portion. It's basically the equivalent of, like, let's say a Digitrax DCS 100 or something like that. And then you also get this super fancy Mobile Control 2 throttle. It is effectively an Android smartphone. You'll see it has a touch screen. It has a motorized control knob here for speed. It has 4 physical buttons on the sides that you can program to be any function that you want it to be. So I've got all this for sale. It comes with the original box. I've also got a charging cord for this guy. And I think I have all the pieces there. So this is also on eBay. I'm asking $325 for it, which I think is a pretty good deal. It's a great system, and it's fantastic that as a starter set, you have all the pieces you need here. That's what attracted me to it. It's a completely wireless system out of the box. The throttle communicates with the command station via Wi-Fi, whereas other systems use radio. And then, as I mentioned, the power supply offers 7 amps of power, which is a little bit better than your typical 5 amp starter set. And I can tell you from experience that I had no issues with that amount of power. You guys have seen my layout. It's not the biggest in the world, but it's also not a tabletop layout. And 7 amps was plenty. I've never had any issues. So, great system. I am switching to Digitrax, which I'll talk about a little bit later, because I've started to have some operators over to the layout, and they all use Digitrax. So rather than try to buy more of these throttles so that people can come over and run trains, I'm just going to switch to Digitrax so that they can bring and use their own equipment. Now I also have some Digitrax pieces for sale. I have 4 of these 6 series sound decoders from Digitrax. These are 6 function sound decoders. So it comes with speaker, decoder, capacitor in there, sort of the whole thing. And I've got 4 of these because when I bought my Digitrax stuff, it came with 4 of these, and I don't need them. So if you're interested, again, that's all on eBay. Got 4 of those. Also have a Loconet Wi-Fi interface, so an LNWI guy here that should allow you to run your phone, or actually, even if you had one of these guys from the ESU system, you could run this with the Engine Driver app, which I've installed, and connect with an LNWI on someone's Digitrax system and run your throttle with some cross compatibility, or you can use your iPhone or Android smartphone or whatever and use it as a DCC throttle. So that's what this lets you do. Again, also on eBay. And then I have 2 auto reversers. These are Digitrax AR1s. You see I got 2 of them here. These were in use on the layout. They got a couple years of use, but I don't need them. I switched auto reversers. I was having a little bit of trouble with these. I think they're fine units. And actually what I realized later on, and I may not have needed to switch away from these, is that I had my voltage setting for my track lower than it should have been. So I think that kind of messed with these. The other issue I had is my auto reversing sections both of them are on a grade, which means that there's a very different current draw going one direction through the loop than there is going the other way, which means that it's really hard to find the correct trip settings. If you have a reversing section that's on flat ground, should be really easy to use these. They worked for me for the most part, but I had some issues, so those are for sale as well. The primary scenery progress on the upper level started probably right about here. I don't know if you remember from the last update, but right kind of this side of the dirt road up here, there wasn't any grass. So I continued that this way around the end of the peninsula, worked it up over this rock cut, and then I did the whole, basically this whole side of the peninsula. And I really like the way some of this patterning came out. You can see I have some really dry patches in there, which I think looks pretty cool. Again, this is just the base layer of grass, so there's still tufts and bushes and trees and stuff to add, but I've got it through this cut, you'll see, so that's looking decent. And then I brought the swaths of grass up here at the top of Belmont, the way that I think they need to be. So I've sort of defined the access road. There's also going to be a little like equipment lot right here with some equipment sheds and a fence and things like that. And then try not to trip over the tripod, which I didn't move from the last shot. The grass continues this way, and then I worked it basically up to the tunnel down here, up over the top, but not this side of it. You'll see kind of it all sort of stops right here because I still have to do some plaster work and install some dirt down here before I get the overpass in, and then I can continue with the grass and trees and stuff. Alright, and you remember that I had mentioned that I'm switching DCC systems. So over here at the control panel, which mind you is in very rough form right now, I haven't mapped out where everything needs to go, and we sort of got wires that aren't the length that I want them to be, so I need to build a little shelf down here. We just set this up yesterday, we being myself and Bradley DCC. You guys probably know his channel, but if you haven't, go ahead and check that out. It's in the description as well, and at the end of this video. So he's actually loaning me this DCS 100. This is my command station right now. He's also loaning me his power supply because I have a DCS 100 as well. That's what I got with this starter set, which came in this box here. However, it didn't work out of the box, which is kind of a bummer. So it's off for repairs, but he's loaning his to mine right now, or to me right now. So we have a DCS 100 as the command station, and right now I just have the fascia panels sort of clipped on. I need to cut the holes in the fascia. I'll do that sometime this week, but what we have here is a UR92, which allows me to run duplex equipped radio throttles, and that's what I have here. I've got a DT402D, a duplex radio throttle, so I can do everything I need to do wirelessly from this guy. And then, so just to make that clear, we've got a UR92 here, so that's one panel that you can plug into if you have a tethered throttle. And I think that should allow you to switch this area here at Columbia Falls, which is one of really two primary areas where there would be any sort of switching. And then we also have 3 non-radio fascia panels, just those standard UP5. So you can see we've got one here with 2 plug-in ports down at the engine facility. Ignore the loose Loconet cable, again, that all needs to get tidied up. You'll see there's one right there. This is on the sort of east end. Left is east, by the way. So this is the east end of the bowl tracks for the yard. And then if we continue down this way, there's one more. Get past the tripod once again. We've got one down here on the west end of the yard too, so that if there's any switching that needs to be done down at this ladder, it should be easy to do with a tethered throttle. Well, I think that's all I got for this layout update. So again, if you haven't already, check out those eBay links down below if you're interested in any of the items I have for sale. Thanks again to Bradley DCC for helping out and setting up the DCC system. I still need to tidy things up, but I'm excited that everything's at least working. And yeah, I really think that's it. I always feel like I have more to say, but I won't drag this out. So, as always, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned, and I will see you guys next time.